Okay, now that we've got all the assets in the collections here, what we want to do is start taking a look at some of these clips. Now, one way you can preview some of your clips is just to click on the clip itself and it'll appear in the monitor over here. Now, if you push the play button in the monitor, you can look at the clip. Now, when you're looking at the clip, this is a good way to figure out how much of the clip you actually want to use. You can also use this little tool right here, and you can move it back and forth and look at different parts of the clip. And this is called scrubbing through the clip. So you can look at it this way as well. And these buttons down here, this will make you go frame by frame through the clip. This will bring it to the end of the clip. This will bring it to the beginning of the clip. And that's how we do it. So now we're going to get into we're going to switch to the timeline view. So now what we want to do is we want to look at the way we can trim the clip, get rid of the parts of the clip that we don't want. So we're going to click on the clip and we're going to drag it right into the timeline here. There it is. Now we're able to look at this clip here, okay? And that line right there, that blue line, is called the current time indicator. So if I click play, you'll notice that that line starts to move through the clip, and you can see the clip moving in the monitor as well. Okay, so we're going to find part of the clip where we want to keep. So I'm going to play a little more here. Okay, that's pretty good right there. I had sort of that jerky camera motion, so I want to get rid of this first part of the clip. So I click on this button right here, and what that does is it cuts the clip into two separate clips. So if I click on that, now you notice I have two separate clips here. 1, 2. Okay? Now I don't want this first clip, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and delete. There. Okay, so now I'm going to find the end of the clip that I don't want. So I'm going to play through this a little bit more here. So I'll click play. I'm going to watch the clip, and I'm going to see which parts of it I want to keep. So this is pretty good, and I'll keep this part. Okay. Alright, what I want to do is I want to get back to where the camera just starts to come out of that tube. So I'm going to go frame by frame. And that's probably good right there. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to delete that clip right there. So I click on it and delete it. So now that's the whole clip right there that I want. That's the part I want to use. And I'm going to have to do this several times. You know, this is a very important tool. So I'll click and drag more clips into the timeline and find the parts of it I want to use and trim them, and that should do it. Okay, now I've got all my clips in the timeline here. I've trimmed them up and I've ordered them the way I want them. So now I'm ready to start adding some effects and transitions to these. When you're adding effects and transitions, you cannot be in the timeline view. You have to be in the storyboard view here. So I'm going to click on show storyboard, and now we're in the storyboard view. And you can see each one of the clips is shown down here individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of the clips I want to look at. So I want to look at this one, and I want to add an effect to the video. So I'm going to go up here to where it says edit movie, and I'm going to view video effects. And when I click on that, I get a listing here of the different effects that are available. Okay, so there are a bunch of different effects that I can look at here. So you can preview them just by clicking on one and watching the monitor here, and it will show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of these effects and just click it and drag it down onto the clip that I want it on. Okay, now you notice that in the bottom corner here, this little box has a blue star in it now. That blue star indicates that there is an effect added to that track, to that clip. So when I play it, you can see the sort of old aged film grain there. So I'll stop that there, and I can just pick a few different things and drop them on the different clips I have. That'll give us an idea of what that's going to do for us here. So we'll play this just to preview it. Okay. And now effects are can kind of detract from your video, so just think about what it's going to do for your video and if it's going to work for you. So let's say I don't think it is going to work for me, like this one. All I have to do is right click on that little square and delete effects, and now the effect is gone off of that clip. So that's really all there is to adding effects. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add transitions between the clips. So you see these little boxes in between each of the clips. This is where you'll add those. So if I again go up to Edit Movie and go to View Video Transitions, again it gives me a bunch of sort of thumbnail views here of what the transitions are going to look like. And again, I can also preview these if I click on an effect and push play in the monitor. It sort of gives me a view of what that's going to look like. So now I just need to click on these transitions and I can drop them right into my movie. So I'm just kind of picking a few random ones because I'm not trying to do anything special here. Just give you an idea. There are some kind of neat looking ones down the bottom here. Okay, so there are my transitions, and I can preview what those are going to look like. Just okay, so that just gives me an idea of what that's going to look like. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to adding the transitions and effects to your clips in Movie Maker.